Hello, everybody. This is an electricity ship. This is Power to the People. This is a collective reading for the full moon in Gemini for November 27th, 2023. It's also Jimi Hendrix's birthday, which I celebrate every year. So, yay, Jimi, love you. The original Electric Church founder. What a wonderful man he was. This drawing was made by my friend Michael Tolar, Tolar. Very talented guy. Appreciate it so much. Excuse me. So this is a dated reading. That's unusual. But yeah, love to celebrate a full moon. And on every full moon, I offer my prayers of gratitude to all of y'all who interact with the channel, past, present, and future. Like, shares, subscribes, comments, etc., and then other ways to articulate to the channel in the channel page and in the description box below. So thank you so much for being here. Because you're here, I can be here, and I love doing this. It fills me with gratitude. So thank you. Thank you so much. Every little way that you're interacting here as part of the story of the Anima Mundi, all that is, all that exists, whether you call it God, Goddess, Spirit, guides, angels, we're all a part of it too. So thank you for being a part of this and channeling the story into the message that comes out today. We've got Kim Cran's Wild Unknown Alchemy deck and the Dreamscape Oracle by Matt Hughes for some oracle messages. And then there's the Radiant Wilds Tarot by Nat Gershberger and the Universal Fantasy Tarot by Paolo Martinello, which is one of the oldest decks I've ever owned. So I'm really happy to have this here. It feels like a special occasion today. A lot of like great, exciting energy afoot. We did have some cards pop out here, so we'll get to that soon. But just in the impressions, there's been like a lot of like up and down energy and a lot of zips and zooms and roller coaster kind of feelings. A lot of people I've been talking to have been like digging real deep and unearthing some stuff like scars and shadows and healing, doing a lot of deep healing. So that's super, super wonderful. And I feel like this moon is going to kind of burst open the dam to some really healing bombs, some communication, maybe even culminating in some revelations about what's come down the pipe after all of the retrograde planets this year. So what a year. Holy moly, holy shit. And I hope that it has brought you so much enlightenment and power. With that, let's take a deep breath. Anything that comes through in these readings, if it makes you feel empowered, that is a message for you. If it does not make you feel empowered, then that is not the message for you, and you can leave it behind. It's for somebody else to hear. So Spirit will only give you the messages that you're ready to hear and work with. So with that, I would like to give thanks for the ongoing healing in my own life and for the life of the collective, for the Anima Mundi, for all that is. I would like to give thanks for Jimi Hendrix, and I would like to offer all who are watching to take a moment to take a deep breath and give thanks for anything that resonates with your mind, body, heart, spirit, and intuition. Thank you for your presence here. I also have this wand that I made. Lots of beautiful pieces here, but it does have a piece of turquoise here, and that was Jimmy's favorite color and his favorite stone. So and that's why I chose this piece of Amazonite. This is a great like bridge stone between the heart and the throat chakra. It also has these striations that help with rooting energy. So that's really terrific. Turquoise is usually seen as the color of the sky and the bridge between the spirit world and the physical world. So that's what we're up to here. I have this petrified stone from Quebec, which is where I have a lot of ancestors from. Beautiful quartz crystal. And then we've got a raw emerald, which I've learned is for truth telling, so I appreciate having that there. But let's begin. And again, I'm so happy to have y'all here. It is an honor to read for you. It is an honor to be here with you and to be here for you. May we all have power and light. And with this Gemini in the month of Sagittarius, to really feel open communication come through. To know the truth. Let's pick 3 cards from here, please. I love how these fit together like a honeycomb. All right, well, let's do those 2. I'm feeling that. And from the Dreamscape, oh, beautiful. We have koi fish. Oh, yay. This one means a lot to me personally because my niece is a true redhead. And when she was a little baby, she was all pink and white and orange. And I would hold her and she would, her mouth would move open and shut, wanting to nurse while she was sleeping. And she looked like a little koi fish to me. So beautiful. Now, as far as I know, the koi fish is a symbol of good luck and longevity. I think about koi fish ponds as being like this real commitment to wherever you are, because keeping a koi pond is, no small task, but also it's like this adds this element of great peace to the landscape in which you are dwelling. Koi fish can grow as big as the vessel that they live in, and they can live for many, many, many years. So there's commitment. There is making sure that your space is well considered and that it's big enough for you to grow as big as you want to grow. Also, Pisces. I was bantering with somebody earlier. Like, I saw a meme that said, it's so funny that anybody thought that a Capricorn would die for your sins, and just bantering if, Jesus was actually like a Pisces, which, the sign of the fish in early Christianity, which I wish that it was still that instead of this sign of corporal punishment, but, I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, so Pisces energy, the 12th house, spirituality, ascension, the generosity, compassion for fellow man, the entering the kingdom of heaven, which is within. I love the Gnostic Christian texts so much more than the regular Bible that I grew up with. And I'm not trying to veer too much into Christian theology discussion or anything, but the other thing, but these did come up, so thank you, Spirit, for these messages. And then, most importantly, the baskets of fish and that were created to feed many, many, many people. So think about what kind of resources that you have and how you can make miracles happen so that everyone can be included in your abundance. You might not think that you have a whole lot going on right now, but it could exponentially grow with the power of your heart and your generosity. Okay, the uncreated. Yeah, so that ties into what I was just saying. You might not see where this abundance is going to come from, but it is in process of coming through, and it will have a great abundance that can benefit many, many people. All right. And argentum, silver. So Argentina, the country, was named after this Latin word. And silver is, the second to gold in alchemy, right? So the process is happening, it's growing, it's coming to fruition. There are only a few stages left. And there's like this idea of polishing and keeping things pure and clean. There's the silvery light of the moon. And because we are celebrating a full moon tonight, that is very auspicious. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I was in a cold room today, like trying to talk over a bunch of noisy stuff. So a little throat's a little dried out, but I got my beverage here. So yeah, so a polishing up. This goal might be for wealth and abundance, may need to have some polishing of the ideas. If you have a business plan, if you have a speech to give, there's like some tweaks to it that you want to put together to make it as shiny and bright and lustrous as possible. And there is like kind of a mystery element with the moon and with silver that is like not as full spectrum color as like maybe gold or the sun would be. This is very lunar, so there's like shadows and there's mists and there's mysteries. It might benefit you to allow there to be some mysteriousness in what you're doing. A lot of times when you're coming up with a really great idea as well, you don't want to tell everybody. You might want to keep it close to the chest, and at least until you have your ideas fully formed. Like say you have a business plan, you want to make sure that that is like completely written out and out of sight and uptight, and before you present it to the bank to ask for a loan, right? So, and when you're in these phases where things are happening and you're making things happen, you got to be like in flow. You got to be able to pivot and move fluidly to find all of the ideas and the ones that will work the best, because it's still unformed and it still needs polishing up. And because of that, you also don't want naysayers to poo-poo your ideas while it's still being formed. So a little secrecy is advised. Of course, secrets that hurt other people are no bueno, but you can, a way I've heard that said is like, oh, it's a surprise, so maybe you could reframe the secret aspect as being, oh, it's a surprise, it'll be presented to you when it's ready, when it's time to celebrate. But for now, it's still being created, even if you don't see it yet. Okay, cool. So the resin is the like beholding, right? It's the thing that keeps your treasure encapsulated. Made from beeswax, pine sap. There's also, like, of course, a lot of people use acrylic and glass. But it's a way of like keeping a treasure forever and sort of held in time. In that way, you may also want to consider if you're keeping something too stagnant. And because I'm seeing antimony, right? In reverse, the other ones were kind of like turned a little bit, This one was turned quite a bit. There might be some frustration of not like seeing the idea coming out into a form where you can like start to refine it. But you do have this idea that like wants to hold things, and you want to hold this idea very it's precious. So just be sure that you're not like stagnating it, because the antimony card is about this kind of like wild animal aspect, right? And that can be really a tremendous awesome tool to add like some fire and some animal passion to the project, some real like desire, like reminds me of like the Thoth deck lust card, right? Just that but at the like the lust card in the Thoth deck, this is an animal that needs to be kept under control. And if you're suppressing it and holding it back and locking it in constantly, it's going to kind of veer out and have this acidic property that can really kind of wreak havoc on whatever else is going on with your project. So make sure that you're expressing your passions. You can't keep them locked in. It will really like screw up the works and not allow this to come to its full phase. Stay fluid, stay in your feelings. Be open. Again, like if you were locking things up in this heat, in this like this acid, this burning energy, you might need a little bit of cooling, like in that Led Zeppelin song. Where I'm not falling. Oh. I'm just thinking about this time that my dad thought that Stairway to Heaven was written by Jimi Hendrix, and I was like, no, Dad, Jimi Hendrix was already passed away by the time that song was written. Which is a different Led Zeppelin song than the one I just sang. But anyway, know your art history. Anyway, this might need to be cooled down, but it's not going to be restrained forever, is what I'm saying. So don't hold back your passions, but be sure that you're keeping in step with your feelings and your sensitivity. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so what came out here, we have, the King of Swords, the Justice card, and the High Priestess. Whoa, cool. Look at that. So 2 major arcanas just popped out of the deck and a court card. Excuse me. So if we're looking at the King of Swords, this is Aquarius, right? Very sensible, but also like looking at greater humanity, which is, I'm feeling that energy in this card too. This idea that you want it to benefit humanity. You want it to be abundant so that it can be given. So any of this kind of, this could be in hostility. This could be sharp words with these two together. It could be overly judgmental. Like we often think of the King of Swords as like a judge or a litigation lawyer, especially along with this Justice card being here. So make sure that your arguments are well-founded and well-spoken through and well-thought through. Contracts are written down carefully and checked through. That's some more of this resin energy that like before you sign on the dotted line, you want to make sure that everything is like careful, because once you sign the dotted line, it's in there, right? Cool thing is that we've got this High Priestess card, which is also a very lunar card, and your instincts will guide you correctly into this new unformed idea that will bring a lot of abundance, generosity, and community spirit. I love this Aquarius energy as well with that. That is really lovely. But again, it's gotta do for you too. These desires can't be like blocked in, because that's where a lot of this power is coming from. It's like this force that's coming through to kind of fuel this. But it can't just destroy everything in its wake. this is much more cool energy than lava, but it works that way, or it's like a corroding kind of energy. So make sure it's in a vessel that can handle really strong material. Again, we have this other idea of a vessel that fits the size of the animal. You need a vessel that is made from a material that can encapsulate this kind of powerful material here. Again, these two together, the high priestess is guiding this, absolutely. So, and she is a keeper of secrets as well, so that comes to mind as well. Not all shall be revealed. The Hierophant kind of talks more about initiation energy into the secrets, but this is like your inner self. And your guides, your higher power, your higher self. So, taking time to listen. If you are out and about looking at the moon, I would ask the moon to please give you guidance so that you can receive messages directly from spirit. And directly from your heart, from the water in your body. If you can go to the ocean, any kind of lunar, maternal, watery, instinctive energy, transcendent energy, removing yourself from the cares of practical, earthbound concerns, and allowing your imagination to flow in the waters and in the moon, in the sky, on the high priestess throne, in this silvery light that does not reveal all. That's where you're going to find guidance. And again, this justice, this King of Swords, this koi fish, I feel like this really is something that is absolutely fair, that benefits all. It's a community energy. And even if we're just talking about like a couple, right? Like a marriage or a relationship, it's something that impacts a lot of people in a positive way. So you want to go, and you might not see it, but you want to go in there following your instincts and working on revealing things fluidly. Let's get some cards here. Get this one. Come talk to us, please. Ooh, there we go. And that one. So, Queen of Pentacles is showing up straight away. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So look at all this major arcana over here. And then like a huge alchemy card, right? Like this is a noble metal. And then 10 of Cups. Holy moly. See? 10 of Cups. Absolutely. So this is abundance, community, family. But it has this deep emotional connection. And with this fuel of this this really hot energy, passionate energy, controlled and planned out, then it becomes a benefit for all. And I love seeing the Queen of Pentacles here for that reason, because the Queen of Pentacles is like the ultimate like practical planner. She's like the office manager supreme, right? Like she's like an accounting maven. She knows how to run a household. She knows how to run the front desk of a trucking company. Oh my God. So I had this landlady, and she ran a steel company, and the rest of the block was owned by the Italian mob. And and she was running this steel company and managing all of these apartments and these rental units in the entire block. And there was like, the steel company was like half the block, and then there were all these other buildings, including my apartment building, on the block. And she's running all this stuff, and she was a tough cookie. Like she had it all dialed in, and like I remember one day her talking to me about keeping all the boys in line, all these Goombas who were like, working the steel company, coming in and out, and like getting them to listen to her, and she was just tremendous. And also, she was so incredibly generous to me. Like, I had a personal problem. She gave me a ride in her car. Like, she was just in the center of all of it, like a really like gentle woman. So the Queen of Pentacles has that awesome energy, and it is a Capricorn card. So like, I was just joking earlier about like, a Capricorn, would a Capricorn really die for your sins? Well, maybe if embodying this Queen of Pentacles energy. But also, like, why would she die for your sins when she can like plan a way to keep us all safe and keep things in order and keep a roof over our heads and keep the table set with plenty of soup for everybody to eat, and the all the bills paid, and the savings account full of the kids' college fund, and all the paper towels stocked in the break room, and she's got it all kind of like planned ahead, because like she knows that if she keeps her ducks in a row, and she has an overview of other people's ducks, that nobody's going to have to want for anything, with planning, and there won't be any kind of contingencies that come as a surprise. Yeah, I mean, we've got 2 court cards and 3 major arcana and a 10. So this is like big. Like, this is popping off. Like, things are going to the next level. Whatever this uncreated energy is, we're about to find out, because yeah, this is hot. So don't think of things in the way that you've always thought of them. Plan for the future as you have done in the past, as it's been successful to you. But there's something unexpected coming that's going to be like a passion that will like drive you forward. Because the wheel, and again, this is another flow card, right? You have to be ready to like go with it and like stay very, very centered, stay polished, because you don't want to be riding on the outside of the wheel. You want to be in the hub, Timing is a factor. The universe's wristwatch, as it were. So, yeah, wait for patience while the ideas form, and put your resources behind you in the meantime. Awesome. This is a great reading. I love it. It's 10 of Cups, huh? Oh my God. Okay. A few more cards, please, for the collective. Jimi Hendrix birthday. Full moon in Gemini 2023. What a year, guys. What a year. And I love seeing this stuff just kind of turning around and back into abundance, Anything that has hurt you in the past, like, you don't have to keep it, because new things are coming. There's a new cycle coming your way. And all the things that you've learned, like keeping things in order and keeping things polished, even though, maybe, you've got your patent leather shoes polished for that, the Met Gala, even though you haven't been invited and you have no idea how you're going to get a ticket. There will be justice for your labors, because you've kept things together, you've kept polishing your shoes. And the High Priestess is delivering you the messages to attain exactly what you want for this 10 of Cups and for the new cycle, right? That'll bring abundance to all. But you got to stay centered. You got to stay in the middle. So, I mean, because there's a lot of zip and zest over here. And don't let words come out wrong, Choose your words wisely. Ugh. Oh my God. I'm too close to the heating unit. My throat is drying out very quickly. Okay. I love this deck. It's so weird. Cool. Another court card. Knight of Wands. That's this passion. The Lovers. Who doesn't want to see that? And, ooh, Knave of Wands. So look at this. We have court card, court card, major, 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 court card. Maybe I'm missing something. But anyway, it's like all majors and court cards and a 10 of cups. So this is like a huge cycle shift. Huge cycle shift. There's no like, oh, well, here's a little tip and trick for something you could do to bring this energy about. No, it's about personality and character, right? And, you know, what you've accomplished in your life and what's next, you know, and how you did it, you know. So, Knight of Wands, we're looking at a Sagittarius energy. Happy birthday, Sagittarians. We're looking at the Knave of Wands, otherwise known as the the Page of Wands. So that is, you know, a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then the Lovers, which is Gemini. Major Arcana is a lot more about divine higher energies than people per se, but you know, court cards I feel are more about actual people. So you could have a Capricorn, the Aquarius energy, like I said, the Sagittarius energy, but we've got Gemini, Pisces, Libra. So this is all really good. I don't know how much credence that you put into, you know, actual people that you know, and if they show up in the cards, but that's there for you if any of that's ringing your bell. But yeah, I mean, as far as this kind of energy is concerned, like that fire energy, this is kind of in concert with this, and it's like less acidic, less like bitter and like frustrated, and more like let's fucking do this, let's go, right? And so like the Page of Wands will kind of show you this inspiration, and like in a lot of decks, a Page of Wands is kind of more of the middle-aged looking page of all of them. So like this could be sort of like a midlife revelation, or like, you know, I've come so far with like what I've done to like make myself emotionally happy, and now I want something like passionate that's gonna like drive me forward into the next thing. And like, what is it, you know? And they're all pages are very curious, you know, very intrigued. So, and you see the Page of Wands in Rider-Waite-Smith deck as kind of like gazing at the sprouting branch, like, wow, like look at this new inspiration. And the Knight is going for it, right? So as far as this is concerned, who doesn't want to see the Lovers? Everybody loves this card. It's terrific. It's a Gemini card. It is the full moon in Gemini. I'm just going to give a little round of applause for this card showing up on such a fortuitous time. It's such a good omen. Your dreams can come true. You can make choices as to what you're going to do with all of these resources that you have. Things are going to become clear. You're going to get this spark of inspiration, these ideas. Things are going to really get a shine, come to light under the light of the full moon. You're not going to have to hold on to anything the way it was. Like, things are going to work in new ways. You can, like, keep things from the past in a glass or in, you know, encapsulated, and cherish them and be like, wow, that was wonderful. But they don't have to hold you, and they don't have to hold this energy back. Like, of course, the Lovers can indicate a very strong relationship as well. So that's a beautiful thing to see if you're looking for love, or if you're looking for new friendships, or you're looking to strengthen the relationships in your life. This is an awesome way to marry together your physical needs and your spiritual needs, and the needs of your heart. They all kind of blend together. And we've got this kind of nice triangle shape here, which is usually found on the Rider-Waite-Smith deck as well, where it goes from the male passion to the female wonder to the angel above that's showing them healing, and the way that they can move forward to the loftiest goals possible with the marriage of all of those elements, the spiritual, the physical, and the emotional. So you have some moments to hold close to you and discover what's next. Justice is bringing you something balanced. This balance for everybody, for all humanity, for something that's beautiful. You know, you might have found in the past that you've attained something that's been at the expense of somebody else. That's not what we're seeing here. We're seeing something that benefits everybody and like in a wider community. And it's coming. It's coming. The high priestess wills it. Your resources are prepared. You've got the spark and the vitality to make it happen, and like the daring do, the verve. And you've got a lot of beautiful things behind you that inspire you to move toward a new goal. But I would say, I mean, I love the High Priestess card so much, and I love that this is very much a moon card. This is a moon card, and then this is the Gemini card. So this reading absolutely is so very blessed, and I guess I will now wave my wand around in thanks and gratitude. Thank you, my darlings, for being here. I hope that all of you have a wonderful full moon. If you're doing any rituals, that you feel the blessings raining upon you. I will be sending you blessings for thriving, for me to be able to talk again, and for just all of your dreams to come true in the most natural and peaceful way possible. Because this looks like a peaceful reading of somebody who's very, very prepared to receive blessings and has a lot of desire to receive them. And of course, when we're coming from our heart and putting strong desire and visualization into what we wish to manifest, then surely we will be successful. So I pray for all of you to receive from the universe your desires, or something much, much bigger than you ever dreamed. All the best things will come to you, my loves. With that, this is an electricity ship. Thank you, Jimi Hendrix. This is power to the people, and may peace be with you.